Oh.
How you feeling?
Oh, tired. No, I don't ever get tired. You know, I just say that so make some of you guys feel a little better because I know you're tired. And obviously we just, wrapped up the first live scrimmage and, we didn't defensively, we surely didn't start it the way you want to start a ball game. I'm glad it was a scrimmage. We had a miscue on the first play, and then I don't know what happened on the next play, but we gave up 2 long runs. Those things that we gotta eliminate if we ever want to become a good defensive football team. And we'll obviously, as we get a chance to look at the film, we'll see what we need to do. Saw some guys flying around trying to compete, and that's what we want to do. The thing that wanted more today than anything was to see the kind of effort that we were going to play with, and see the kind of effort that we were going to play with, because every series we went out there, it was an 8-play series, and I wanted to see how we were playing the 7th and the 8th play. And that's what I'm going to look the hardest for. And then obviously from a coaching standpoint, we got the things that are lacking fundamentally. We got to build on. But we'll see where we are, and we'll know a little bit more after we watch the film. So I'll go ahead and start taking questions.
Did you improve from that first segment of plays, or what happened?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, but the thing is, you can't give someone momentum. It's we had some good moments, but obviously you want to start fast and you want to finish fast, and that's what we got to do. We got to, we've got to do those things, and it gives us a better opportunity to win. But yeah, there were some things that were. It appeared, from the field level that we did some things much better later on, but not enough consistency right now.
Just with linebacker, so then, kind of, what are you getting out of it?
Well, we're getting some younger guys reps that where they're going to be able to play, and they got to have those. And I think both Bumper and Grant both in my opinion will benefit tremendously. And we don't have a starting rotation, so to speak, of, but those 2 guys, if we played a game today, they'd be our starters. Now, we got guys that are, going to hopefully challenge them and make them better, and that's what we got to do. But, I felt good. Parker, it's, he's still a young puppy, missed a lot of time, even though he was here in the fall, missed a lot of time with a hamstring injury. But he's starting to come along. Gio is making a big step in the right direction. So, we got some bodies. We're a little bit thin, but we got bodies, and we got bodies that are going to be well enough to play in the SEC. I got to do my job, and that's the bottom line. I got to get them ready to play.
You mentioned Andrew Parker. What's the next step that he's kind of got to take?
Well, he's got to learn the scheme, and we've got. And I'm not a guy that likes to come in and talk about how complicated our scheme is. It's really not that complicated, but it is. We do a lot of things, and he's got to be able to put all the pieces together. And we're a big concept-driven defense. We teach concepts, and once a young man can master his concept on that call, then he's going to be able to play. And that's what we do. If you just list all our calls on the board and ask our defense to learn them by call, it's not going to happen. They got to learn concepts, but there's something within that call that will tell them the concept that they're participating in, and he's got to keep learning, and guess what? It takes reps. It takes reps. He was a young man that played outside linebacker in high school. He's a Mike backer, and it's new for him, but he's coming and he's going to get there.
Chief, I saw a Twitter picture, I guess, from the football Twitter post of you holding up a championship belt after practice. I guess Chad had given it to you. I hadn't seen that before. What's the deal with that? And I don't know, what did you think about? No. I didn't. Our players, our defensive players, won it. There's some competitions that he's got set up, and you basically graded on the field. First down production, third down production, things that that he's takeaways and all those things. And he's got a deal that can easily, once you go through the practice, gets home and charting everything that happens in those situations, and he determines from those numbers whether it's the defense or the offense. So it wasn't me; it was our defensive players that got the belt, and they just asked me to hold it up, so I did that. So
some motivation.
Oh yeah, it's creating competition in practice, and they take a lot of pride in it. And it's you do everything you can to make practice fun, but also make it as demanding as you possibly can.
As the scrimmage went on, did anybody stand out to you individually?
I saw a couple of young guys, but I'm not ready to start calling names. Obviously, I think you probably saw as much as I did, and I saw some young guys that that were pretty exciting.
Can you say what you've seen from the D-line so far? And it looked like Gregory had 2 sacks in the first part that we saw.
Well, he's a guy that we got 3 defensive ends that we know that the cream will rise to the top, and those guys are going to have to play this year, and he's one of them. He's also got a body, and so I'm saying that if he gets to be 300 pounds, he may be inside. But right now, he's doing everything that we're asking for at defensive end. And he's doing a good job, that way. But he's a guy that can give us depth wherever we need it, and excited about all 3 of those defensive ends. There's no question about that.
Was that belt thing? Was that Thursday? The defense we know won Thursday, but what about today?
I don't know. You have to ask Coach Morris. He didn't tell me yet.
Any more questions for Chief? Just the DBs. Can you say what you've seen from?
Well, some of those young guys I was talking about are DBs, and I think we've grown a lot, and really, our big focus was getting better fundamentally, and like I said, we've got less scheme in right now than we did this time last year. And our focus has really been on fundamentally, and fundamentally we got to become, the best fundamental team on the field, because if we're going to get better, that's where it is. So, but my point is going back to the DBs, and we've had conversation. That's a conversation, and we looked and we go, but we're putting a lot on them from a fundamental standpoint in terms of what we're asking them to do, and I think they're responding. I think right now, other than depth there, I'm pretty excited about what's going on now. What we got to do is learn to be consistent and learn to play the concept. I mentioned concepts. We got some guys, and this is a natural thing if you allow it to happen. When they start getting fatigued, then they want to go back to where they were before. They're looking for comfort, and their comfort has to be in playing great technique, and we got to keep growing in that direction. But I'm excited about what's going on in the secondary. Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Chief.